looks like everybody is loaded up and ready to go.
All right, blue team, you ready? Yeah? The Mighty Pugs, are you ready? They say yeah.
There we go. Looks like the game is just about to get kicked off here. Hopefully we're seeing some treb shots early game. It's definitely an easy way to get a couple of points on the board before anybody else.
Now remember, once we go through all the teams, the winning team will actually go on to face the ArenaNet devs. And we do actually have prizes that we're giving away throughout the competition for everyone that participates.
There we go. It looks like blue is definitely splitting up early game. That's going to pay off for them. Two people there in the center. It looks like they also got another team going to the mansion. Nobody is on the board yet, though.
What are the 3 points? We've got the windmill, the mansion, and what's the third point?
The windmill, the mansion, and the clock tower. The clock tower is the very center here, which is really, really hard to hold, especially how easy it is to get treb shots inside of there.
All right, and just every participant that's playing here today is going to be getting a Guild Wars 2 t-shirt. The winning team will get Razor Death Adder mice and Scarab mouse pads. And if you guys can beat the ArenaNet devs, the winning team, we'll be giving away an NVIDIA EVGA GTX 560 graphics card, the Super Clocked Edition. So it looks like a lot of action here at the Clock Tower.
It looks like we got 3 here in the clock tower in the dead center. It looks like they've got great control on this part of the map, which is going to put them ahead very, very quick, especially when you're figuring in that kills are giving you points too. If they keep coming in there one at a time, they're just going to blow these guys out of the water.
Right now the Mighty Pugs down by about 80 points right now.
It looks like blue team is taking red's last and only thing that's keeping them on the board.
They're definitely got some nice teamwork going here.
Yep.
Again, doing a good job spreading out enough. Looks like they're traveling in pairs.
Blue just lost their start point area. It looks like they were able to counter that, though, by taking reds. It looks like they're just going to swap points here real quick. Sadly, it's not going to get red much further at all. They really need to make sure that they're holding down their points and also make sure that they're contesting that center area. As we can see here, it's a tornado. They're just throwing everybody around.
And we are seeing the red team, the Mighty Pugs, attempting to trebuchet the clock tower right now. Just trying to fire that over, see if he can get some damage done. Get one of those balls inside the clock tower, but it's being held down quite well. We've got the red team now making their way into the clock tower. They have set themselves on top. There's an engineer versus an elementalist and a warrior. The warrior gets right on top of that engineer. Engineer's going to have to escape from the clock tower, and that might be an opportunity for the red team to be able to capture this point.
Red has neutralized that point. That point's not giving points to anybody now. That engineer is definitely going to need some backup, though. It looks like that those two guys are willing to stay there and fight it out for quite some time.
Yeah, and in a 2v1 situation, they should be able to pull it off. Blue team also.
Oh, there we go, a 2v2 there now. It looks like somebody came and helped out in the center. Red team owns that center point, though, now. If they're able to just keep blue from actually neutralizing it, they might be able to come right back into this game.
So the it looks like a ranger and now an elementalist is put in there. And talk to me a little bit about the engineer, because it is a new class. So what are some of the important mechanics that if people are going to choose the engineer that they should be thinking about?
They're able to put down turrets and stuff, and what I've seen a lot actually in recent games is putting down thumper turrets in the center of these capture points, which will knock people down and actually pulse a significant amount of damage, enough to actually aid you.
But it also interrupts?
Yes, it will definitely interrupt you and make life really, really hard fighting in the center point. Another great thing they have is med kits. They can basically put down little healing boxes that other people can interact with, so you're actually really able to play decent support with an engineer. And their damage overall, it really, again, it depends on play style, but they're able to unload quite a bit of damage onto a single target.
Right now the blue team is still in a dominating lead, 266 points to 79 points. The Mighty Pugs not yet broken the triple-digit barrier, and they are trying their best. It looks like they are fairly spread out across the map, and frankly, I just feel like the blue team has a little bit better teamwork as far as their composition is concerned.
Yeah, it really seems like the blue team is actually watching their UI there at the top. They're able to see what points are being attacked and when, so they're able to send reinforcements really quick to them. But it looks like the center point is actually the only thing controlled, and it's by the red team. So never mind, they're at win. All 3 points are now neutralized. This could be a really interesting game here if red's able to get these points back on the board for them. There's a stomp in the center. That's going to turn that fight really quick. And it looks like blue is going to be able to hold down the center point with no issue at all.
Yeah, it looks like that's one of their focuses, and with the lead, it's probably a pretty good strategy. I mean, from the center point, you've also got a really good way to hit the other 2 points nicely and sort of use it as a meeting, a gathering area, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah, the center point's really used for just regrouping and making sure, obviously with 3 points, having 2 points in the game is going to seal victory for you pretty easily unless the red team is able to get a lot of kills on the board.
Again, the blue team just doing a phenomenal job here. They've almost entered into every single engagement map, Matt, like almost in a 2 versus 1 or a 3 versus 1, where they're really trying to isolate the red team player by player. And they can do that when they control multiple points. Right now, the red team only has the 1, as Matt mentioned, designated by the UI at the top. The 3 circles that are in between the scores, that shows whether or not it is being captured, neutral, which team controls it, etc.
Right now there's 2 blue points and 1's neutral. It looks like 1 more might be new. There it is. It just popped in neutral. So blue owns 1 point. The other 2 points are currently contested, which means they can swing either way. Like right there, we just saw blue take, it looks like the windmill, it looked like. And now it looks like the mansion is going to be next. It's neutral right now. I'm surprised that there's no cross swords there indicating that someone's in the radius. It just means that there's just a point there sitting with nobody in it.
And maybe it won't even matter, Matt, because right now it is 140 to 443. So the red team would actually have to take all the points and avoid dying to try to stop this blue team from taking the victory here.
They were definitely coming up in points there in the end, but it looks like that they just ended up getting picked off 1 by 1. And in a 5v5, when you lose one of your allies next to you, it really just doesn't work out well for you in the end.
And they're just short 30 points of victory here. The red team took our first game, but now it looks like the Alpha Pod, the blue team, will be taking this second game. And I definitely feel like we saw some really good teamwork and strategy coming out of them. Again, really controlling that center point well.
Yeah,
and as you mentioned, the engineer coming in big. And there it is. Congratulations to the blue team.